Hello everybody. This video is a really different one and a fun one for me to film, but I've had some thoughts and I wanted to put them out there. So in this video, I'd like to talk about my experience luxury shopping in the Europe versus US and in general, and I will speak from an experience. And this is only my experience, so probably other people have different things to say. But I think the luxury shopping experience in Europe is so much better than the luxury shopping experience in the US. And I will talk about a little bit of the things that I have noticed in Europe versus the US and what each they do separately in like luxury field. First of all, I want to talk about the items that you see right here in this picture. The items right here are only the items that I've purchased in Europe. So I haven't bought a ton of things in Europe for me to get a specific treatment, but also but I did shop around in Europe. So like I walked into different stores to see what they have, what I might be interested in. But I purchased these two right here in Italy, the passport holder from Gucci, and then the Prada nylon bag from uh, from from Italy. So these two were Florence, and then the Oud Isfan I bought in Spain from the actual Christian Dior boutique because they didn't have these in the U.S. yet when I was shopping around. I think they only had them like online, and I wanted to smell them. So I just want to show you like, and everything else that I posted in my channel all were purchased in the U.S. So I have been shopping in the US for a long time. Well, that's where I live, but you know what I mean. So it's not like this is a one off situation. So I'm going to start first off. Why do I think that luxury shopping in Europe is much better than the US? First of all, as soon as you walk in, you are greeted and you're assigned somebody right away. I haven't experienced long waiting time, but I know that that could be it. Like you could have a long waiting time. But in general, as soon as you walk in, people were so friendly that they're like that they work there, that work at those boutiques. And I noticed that they give you a tour of the area, that boutique, as soon as either you walk in or when you're walking out. And we don't get that in the US. So in the US, when you go into a store and you ask for what you need, they just show you that. They don't take an extra mile to spend a little bit more time with you. Prada showed us a tour at the end of like our shopping experience, and oh my god, their boutique is so beautiful. It was one of like they had marbles everywhere. It was so gorgeous, and they added that tour on at the end of shopping experience because she was asking, "Have you ever been in here before?" And I was like, "No, this is our first time." And they gave us a really beautiful tour across all the like the floors, and she was explaining like the history and everything else. I will insert one picture of like the stairs, the marble stairs, but we weren't allowed to take any pictures. But she was like, "It's okay, just take one quick one." So I did do that. I will insert a picture when I find it. But for Gucci, Gucci gave us a tour as soon as we walked into the store, and it was a really old Gucci store, but it was so beautiful. They added a newer section to it, but the older one they kept it as it was. And they showed us like where the desks were, and they were the original desks that they had when they opened up the Gucci store. And that was so beautiful. And I love that experience. And it made it so much more special that they give you a tour, they try to explain how things work. Even if you're a luxury shopper or you're not, they still treat you like that. And I love that. And I think that adds a little bit of extra special experience to that luxury experience. And this is talking about luxury from start to finish. I'm not just talking about, oh, how I got treated when I purchased this one bag. Like luxury is supposed to be like about the whole experience from start to finish. So the tours is one thing that I've noticed. The Christian Dior store in Spain was in Madrid. So they had also an amazing experience when we walked in, because the guy was helping other people and he asked us to wait. Got us first seated, and then he got us water to drink while we were waiting. So that was also really nice. Like in the US, they didn't do that. Chanel didn't even do that. Like you can just stand there even for an hour and they wouldn't even care as long as they get to you and start helping you. So these little things do make a luxury shopping experience so much better. Also, the second thing that I want to talk about is they offer you like coffee, cappuccinos, and waters. once you start shopping with them. In the US, they don't do that. So when I went into Gucci and I literally like spent $300 or $400 on this, I was still getting asked like, what do I want to drink? Not only me, the my sisters that were with me, we all got waters, and then we got espresso shots, and then we were just having fun and enjoying our time there while they're wrapping things up for us, while they went to look for items for us. Like that makes a difference. So, and the same with Prada, like we all were hanging out talking. They got us juice and then coffees, and it wasn't just like, oh, you wait over there until I get this done and then you're out of there. No, they want to make the shopping experience so much better, and like offering these little things do make it a lot better. I just want to be honest, because it's just fun. Like you feel like you're going into a coffee shop, you're having a nice cup of coffee, and also we're shopping at the same time, which is the most fun for me. What I noticed in here in the US, honestly, like I was shopping Hermes, Chanel, Prada. I shopped everywhere. Cartier. Cartier is probably the only store that when I walked in, they asked me while I'm waiting if I wanted some water. Everywhere else, I was little like Hermes. I was there. I spent like above 5,000, like 5K, and I had to ask her, "Can you get me water?" Because I was just standing there for so long, because they go look for items for you, they go and do all those things for you, and like that wasn't like, I felt like it was kind of annoying because I wasn't offered like any water, nothing, and I spent more than $5,000 in that one sitting at the store. So I'm like that's the difference when you're like spending $400 and like 5,000 and the treatment is just not there. I don't like that. Even with Chanel, with the only way we got offered something is after my sister spent 12K, I think, on her classic flap, and it wasn't even like, it was just water. Like they didn't ask if you want like coffees, if you want something, nothing. Nope, just sit there, draw your water, and I'll be right back with the credit card thingy to bill you. But see, like these are the things where it's like you want to make this a fun experience. I don't want to feel like I'm walking into H&M, and sometimes H&M has better experience than walking into these stores. So you know what I mean? I think in Chicago, Cartier is one of the top-notch places that I've shopped in, and the experience there is so beautiful. The employees are so freaking nice. I think that was like number one for me shopping in the US, and they made it so much luxurious because of how they were treating you, because of like it's not about how much you spend really. They want to make sure that you're like a loyal long-term customer versus like, hey, I'm just trying to get my commission and get out of my face after. I do appreciate those little things, and that's what makes it luxurious. I don't want to feel like Prada, and also in Chicago, like, oh my God, you feel like you're walking into H&M. They treat you bad. You feel like you're going, like, I feel like they think that you're going in there to steal something and then leaving. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to be treated that way, and that's not what a luxury experience is, especially now that we've seen like the quality on some of the items in luxury, like you are H&M quality. So I don't know, like it's just like that's one of the things where I'm like, if I'm being treated really bad in a store, I don't buy anything. I want to talk a little bit about like the tour experience. That's actually a really smart marketing idea, because when they give you a tour, you're not only going there to shop for what you need, you're shopping also for other things. Because when I was in Prada and I bought this and everything, and they gave us that tour at the end, I was like, oh my God, I saw some boots and I loved them. And I was like, oh, I want to try these on. But they didn't work out for me because I have like a chubbier calves, and that was like really hard to get in and out. But see, like you add more business to your experience, or like you add more like money and value, because people are like, oh, let me look at other things as well while I'm there, and not just for that particular item that I'm in there for. It's a market, maybe it could be a marketing strategy, but at the same time, I do love that. So these are one things that I've noticed shopping Europe versus the US. And yeah, these are just some of the things that I've noticed. And in addition to that is like you get your tax sales back. But honestly, I haven't shopped that much, so that wasn't a really big. But I've shopped a lot in the US versus Europe, because I only go there once a year versus like every quarter. But this is what I've been shopping way less honestly in the US, like luxury shopping in the US. And I either buy things online, just like the Saint Laurent that I bought last week. I bought that online. I didn't even go into the store. And, I think sometimes I just don't want to interact with the salespeople in the US. I just like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, I don't want to interact with you. I just want to get what I want and I want to leave because of how the treatment that you get when you're interacting with them. Like in Hermes, they don't even offer like, I've realized like in that store, like they don't even offer to show you anything else other than what you're there to ask for. And that's kind of annoying because how do people start their relationship with the sales associate? Not even with a brand, with any brand. Like Hermes, I'm genuinely interested in their items, like in their leather goods and even clothing and even shoes because I bought a lot of those too. So like I always want to like see what's next, what are they doing, what are the things they have in stores, but you don't get that. Like you walk in there, you just tell them like, hey, can I get this? And like it's not like they try to even like show you what fun items that they're doing, So like that's why I'm like, how do you build relationships in the US? I don't know. In like the luxury community, it's kind of strange. I don't want to just like be forced to buy things that I don't need. I want to be loving what I buy because I'm not just gonna spend my money on anything. So this one thing I also want to add, just this, I just thought of this, but one thing I want to add is that as soon as you walk into the out of the store, the sales associate do ping you and like they make sure that what you're experiencing like so far with your purchase is really good, how's it going, and they connect with you that way. Even though like I was there only for a vacation, they still pinged me after to make sure that everything was good, and I'm like, I didn't get that in the US. Like they don't just ping you after to make sure that everything's going well, although you text them probably all the time. Like my Hermes SA, I text her all the time, but I never get asked like how are my purchases going, anything like that. They don't do that here. I don't know if they do it with other people, but they don't do it with me. So just an FYI. This is why I'm like, I've been really shopping way less in the US, and I shop now. I'm saving like my shopping to when I'm traveling, but I just want to talk a little bit about that, and hopefully they can get like their business models from Europe and like learn from them, because I think that will improve the business in Chicago or anywhere else, because luxury needs to feel like actually luxurious experience from start to finish versus I'm only treating you a certain way if you spend this amount of money with me. So, that's just my thought. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will talk to you soon. Bye.